location. Drop by for all the details or visit VaughnChrysler.com or at Weston Road and Highway 407.
Hey guys, it's never a good look when you untuck a long, bulky dress shirt. It just looks sloppy. That's why Untuck It makes shirts specifically designed to be worn untucked. And not only do they look good, they feel great too. Untuck It offers 50 fit combinations, so tall, short, slim, and bigger guys can experience the perfect fitting shirt. While our stores are temporarily closed, please go to untuckit.ca where you can browse and purchase from our extensive new spring line. Use promo code Canada for 20% off your entire first purchase. Untuckit.ca. Promo code Canada.
This is All News Radio, 680 News.
16 degrees, a little bit of rain. Good afternoon from the 680 News Broadcast Center in downtown Toronto. I'm Cam Dorridge. Here are the top stories this hour. More than triple the cases this time than last week. Ontario now past 1,300 confirmed COVID-19 patients. And for the biggest single-day spike, the numbers include first responders, 6 Toronto firefighters, and a Halton police officer among the new numbers. Stay home, or at the very least, out of parks. Mayor John Tory fed up with people ignoring the rules, seeing signs and tape ripped off all over the city as the weather does warm up. And coming up after sports, a move not seen since the Second World War. Britain goes to drastic measures to help stop the spread of the coronavirus. 680 News Time, 5:15. And time now for 680 Sports from Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Here's Brent Gunning.
James Dolan is the first NBA owner to test positive for COVID-19. The Knicks owner will keep himself in self-isolation despite being symptom-free while continuing to run the day-to-day business for the MSG company.
Clock this morning to continue the series of employment and employer questions. There are so many right now, and I've already got some lined up for him, and you take your calls as well. A little later this morning, I'll talk to Dr. Vivian Lee. She's a psychologist. How do we deal with this? It might be a tough and lonely weekend for some people. But 2 weeks ago today, I had lined up an hour with Kathleen Wynne, and everybody was expecting us to come in and start punching one another in the face right off the get-go. And I think by the time we were done the hour, we did a little of that. But we started off because the situation had suddenly become imminently critical about the COVID-19 situation.
Now, 680 News regional weather conditions for Walmart.
Walmart Canada is hiring. Walmart is looking to hire thousands of associates across the country to work in their stores and distribution centers. Visit walmart.ca/careers to learn more and apply today. In Milton, 19 degrees and partly cloudy. Oakville, 15 degrees and partly cloudy. Erin, 16 degrees, partly cloudy. Downtown Toronto, 14 degrees. There is some light rain falling in parts of the city already. Pearson, 18 degrees. 680 News is CFTR AM Toronto. 680 News time, 5 o'clock.
Number one for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is 680 News, Toronto.
Here are Cam Dorridge and Caitlin Lee. People died in the last day here in Italy from COVID-19. That brings the total number of victims to almost 11,000 since the contagion emerged in mid-February. Today's number of deaths, as high as it is, still represents a drop from the previous 2 days and the lowest rate of new cases, though still more than 5,000 since March 25th. Italian authorities say it's still too early to say with certainty if the curve of contagion is getting closer to its peak. Megan Williams, ABC News, Rome.
As Canada's COVID-19 case count continues to grow exponentially, local and provincial leaders across the country are preparing to repurpose public areas should hospitals run out of space.
It's a move we've seen in both Italy and the United States, whose hospitals have been overwhelmed by the outbreak. And according to the CDC, it's already happening across Canada. British Columbia's public safety minister has asked municipalities in that province to compile a list of rec centers and hotels ready to receive patients. In Quebec, which has the highest case count in Canada, over 100 patients in Laval with other conditions are being transferred to a nearby hotel to leave existing hospitals as designated care sites for coronavirus patients. Here in Toronto, 5 recreation centers, which are closed through the pandemic, are being used as temporary homeless shelters, with other facilities secured for those who test positive for the virus. Canada's Chief Public Health Officer, Dr. Theresa Tam, says Canada has so far been able to handle the influx of cases, but says the unpredictable nature of the virus demands preemptive measures. I'm Asher Ross.
Coming up in just 60 seconds, our drop report and extended weather forecast together on the ones. CV News Time, 7:20.
At Canadian Men's Clinic, we've treated erectile dysfunction for 22 years.
course. The big difference is we are patient-focused, not profit-focused. Our acoustic wave therapy can provide a cure for some men.
Local restaurants and grocery trying to find how we can get food to them. And so, just to because everything is uncertain for their, what they're going to put their hands to as soon as they get here. So we're trying to do what we can, to reach out to them as well.
All right. Matt Tapley is the pastor of Lakemount Worship Center in Grimsby. I really appreciate this. All the best to you.
Thank you very much, Jerry.
This News Talk 1010 podcast was brought to you by PocketEmploymentLawyer.ca. Wrongfully dismissed, changes made to your job, lowballed on severance. Find out if you have a case before you call a lawyer. Go to PocketEmploymentLawyer.ca.
All week long, News Talk 1010, Vanilla Prepaid, and Petro-Canada are teaming up to fuel your commute. Fuel your commute. That's right. This week, your gas is on us. All you have to do is listen to More in the Morning from 6 to 9 and A Rush with Ryan and Jay from 4 to 7 to find out how you can win. Both shows will be giving away $150 Vanilla Visa prepaid cards every day this week. Details visit newstalk1010.com.
Had such a devastating effect.
Are landlords giving restaurants any break on the rent April 1st?
I've heard various stories from landlords across the country giving rent relief to different restaurants. BC, they seem to be pretty active, but Ontario, there's mixed stories coming out that some landlords are being very aggressive, demanding that rent be paid, particularly if you've got off-premise sales taking place.
That's Robert Carter with the Stratton Hunter Group. And at the Business Center, I'm Richard Southern.
Hi, I'm Cherry Tabb, co-founder of the Herzig Eye Institute. In support of public health efforts, we have put a pause on elective surgery at our Toronto and Ottawa locations. I and my Herzig Eye Institute staff remain available to you online and by phone to schedule future appointments and to help you stay up to date and safe. Your health is what matters most to us. Google High Definition Vision and sign up for my blog so we can stay connected.
Platform. I looked it up all by myself on Mr. Google, and it was rated pretty high, and it's meant more specifically towards what it is that WizKids does, which is teaching mathematics.
Okay.
So what are we doing on this website? So they have marker boards, and you're doing all kinds of different graphs. You can create a graph in literally a millisecond with this thing. All the kids join on, we all log on, tells you who's enrolled and who's there with us. You can draw shapes, you can do transformations of trigonometric functions and parabolas. We can do video, like post YouTube videos. The teacher can be seen. We can grant access to the students to speak, and we can even see them if we want to allow them access. The nicest thing is you can even allow the students to have access to the marker board and actually demonstrate some of the examples live in front of the whole class. And that's very important. The ministry wants us to be able to prove that we're observing the students doing work as well. So we're still getting a lot of what we normally would get had we been in the same classroom together. So it's, yeah.
And what's the name of the software platform, just out of curiosity?
It's called WizIQ, and so when I saw the name, I thought, well, that's pretty cool, because I'm WizKids, and I thought, let's just go for it. Maybe that's a sign, that might be my software.
We are chatting with Sharon Moldaver. She is the owner and founder of WizKids Learning Center. And how was the attendance this last week? I guess all the children have to log on, right? So any
so this was outstanding. I was a nervous wreck because it's
10 o'clock and see if they add any construction onto your drive tonight, but we'll just have to wait and see. Off the highway, Lakeshore is still closed. Police line to Legion, both directions. This is west of Park Lawn. This is for a police investigation. Westbound Dundas still closed. Burlington Avenue to Prince Edward for a fire investigation too. Concord Trailer Rental is supporting increased demand with rental trailers for pickup or delivery. Visit them Monday through Saturday or online anytime at concordtrailerrental.com. Your next report is at 7:01 with the forecast. Here's Jason Fraser.
Well, if you remember, on this day back in 1946, we saw a high temperature, 54 degrees. We didn't get that high today. We actually saw temperatures in the upper teens, but after some colder air is is going to push across the GTA over the next couple of hours. We're going to see temperatures nosedive into the single digits. Now, tomorrow, we're going to start out with some rain showers, and by the afternoon time, we will likely
in restaurants. Yes, some are doing takeout, but pretty much all of them have been forced to close their doors. And according to food service expert Robert Carter with the Stratton Hunter Group, many won't survive this.
We've got in Canada over 72,000 restaurant units. I estimate when this is all said and done that a minimum of 15% of those restaurant chains units will not open due to the financial impact. I'm estimating last week the industry lost in sales somewhere in the range of $500 to $600 million within a 1 week period.
That's a stunning prediction that 15% of restaurants in Canada will go under. What's the fallout from that going to look like?
I think it's going to be a new reality in the restaurant segment. This is a segment that's very dependent on consumer interaction, consumers coming into the restaurant.
The OSAP, any loans where they won't have to look at them for another 6 months. That's the deferral of OSAP. And again, if he is in his apartment, he's renting. This goes for all university students right across this province. If you're in a tough situation, and if you're, for instance, if your parents can't pay, and you don't have the money, you do not have to pay rent. And we will back up every single student, every resident here in Ontario on that. And we're also we're focused on making sure that within the $17 billion, within that capacity, we're trying to support every single family out there in all ways. So again, landlords can take a 6-month mortgage deferral. Landlords should pass that on.
Yeah, and I believe we have a caller named Gary, but he was going to ask the same kind of question when it came to mortgage deferral. Let me ask a question that we get a lot here on our text board at 71010 Premier. It has to do with sacrifice. People are being asked to sacrifice, people going out of business. What cut in your mind is fair to public sector workers, especially teachers who currently aren't working? I'm not trying to pick on any one profession, but everybody's being asked to do their part here. Is there a number that would be fair when it comes to cutting? We saw a video today, Mr. Mayor, of a construction site worker talking to his colleagues who was very passionate, saying he's scared, his family is scared. Is this not the point to tell them to shut down or to be fined if not essential? And I was wondering what your thoughts were on
well, you know, I've been talking about this for a couple of days now, and look, I guess we're trying to walk that line between, on the one hand, making sure